Well, let us take a look out over our city right now. Look over Boston out on this Tuesday. It's looking beautiful, feeling good out there, almost too good to be driving into work. Trust me, I know. Good afternoon and thank you for joining us. I'm Courtney Cole. I'm sure we're all wondering how long this beautiful weather will last. Let's go ahead and get a check of that next weather forecast with meteorologist Jacob Wyckoff.
Very summer-like day around for us, especially as you go inland, with temperatures getting back into the upper 70s and low 80s, likely falling into the mid to low 70s right along the Cape and Islands. But overall, just a comfortable day to go out and enjoy. Perhaps it is the last day of summer vacation like it is for my family. We have dew points that are elevated into the middle 60s, and we'll likely see them remaining fairly high, if not growing a little bit, getting higher as you go into tomorrow. That is going to be our next chance for some showers to roll on through. But we're dry right now on our satellite and radar, so hopefully you get a chance to enjoy some of that sunshine. Temperatures today will get back into the low 80s. The later into the afternoon we go, we might see a passing cloud here or there, but otherwise, really comfortable stuff. Mid 80s for tomorrow, still feeling summer-like, but we have multiple rounds of showers that swing through. The first one arrives in the morning, and then we'll see another one arrive in the afternoon. So let's look at Futurecast, show some of the clouds. There's your morning chance of a shower. Shouldn't be that big of a deal at all. In fact, most of us remain completely dry. The middle of the day is dry, and then we have the cold front that actually swings through. Notice that wind coming out of the north and northeast. That is going to be the leading edge of some drier air. But first, we'll have to deal with some showers, perhaps a storm here or there, but nothing like what we saw yesterday. Our pollen counts also remain somewhat high as you go into Wednesday, and they actually grow a little bit for Thursday and Friday, ragweed being the highest allergen. We'll have much more in our extended forecast, including Labor Day forecast, in just a few minutes.
Jacob, thank you. Now to look at some of the top stories we're following today on WBZ News, starting at 5.
I'm Louisa Moeller in Hampstead, New Hampshire, where locals may end up spraying sports and other fields like this one, all because a resident just died from Eastern equine encephalitis, or triple E. It's a rare but potentially deadly mosquito-borne virus. The state epidemiologist in New Hampshire says that locals should protect themselves and act like it could be in mosquitoes anywhere in this region. At the same time, Massachusetts officials are spraying mosquitoes in Plymouth County and southern Worcester County.
I'm Christina Rex here in Stoneham, outside what is going to be the new Stoneham High School. Take a look here. You can see it's still under construction. And actually, the issue here is that this construction has delayed the start of school this year. School was supposed to start tomorrow. Now, the entire district is delayed because they need the central kitchen inside the high school to help feed kids at all the other schools. So nobody is starting school now until the Tuesday after Labor Day, except the high school kids still might not be able to start then because there could be more of a delay. The school and the district is still waiting to hear if construction will be done enough to let high schoolers go to school on Tuesday.
This is Paul Burton in Marblehead, where environmental police are on the lookout for a coyote who police say attacked a jogger while she was out for a run. Meanwhile, we spoke to dozens of neighbors who say they hear the coyotes howling all the time, and it is a concern.
Breaking news this afternoon, this one from Patriots Nation. Multiple sources reporting that the Patriots are waiving quarterback Bailey Zappi. Drafted by the Pats 2 years ago, he was a fan favorite early on. Zappi was cut at this same time last year, but as you remember, the Pats ended up bringing him back. He even started the last 6 games of last season. This time, the move, though, feels likely to stick because of the offseason additions of Drake May and Jacoby Brissett. Today is cutdown day in the NFL. All teams have to trim their rosters to 53 players by 4 o'clock. And breaking this afternoon, the NFL Players Association has filed a civil lawsuit against DraftKings for allegedly trying to break its NFT contract. Now, DraftKings, an official betting partner of the league. According to the lawsuit filed last week in a federal court in New York, the association says DraftKings is trying to terminate a contract that it originally signed back in 2021 with the association, which gave the sportsbook rights to use the name, image, and likeness of players for its recently shuttered NFT marketplace and not pay the remaining minimum guaranteed payments. DraftKings has not commented on the lawsuit. We now know a Methuen man who was found dead underneath a home in South Carolina after being missing for more than a week took his own life. 60-year-old Stanley Kotowski was found dead yesterday. This is at a home on Sea Pines, South Carolina, where he was staying. Kotowski was reported missing back on August 16th. His family told police that he had been suffering from a mental health crisis. If you or anyone you know is suffering from a mental health crisis, please call the number on your screen. Help is available 24/7. Fire officials in Ayer say a dog saved its owner when a fire broke out at their home overnight. This is the damage left behind after that fire. Now, we're told it started around 1:30 this morning at a home on Mulberry Circle in Ayer. Oh my goodness, look at that there. The homeowner had already escaped when crews arrived, but the dog was still inside. Thankfully, though, the dog was located by firefighters and was treated for smoke inhalation on the scene.
Change the settings on your social media so that only family and friends and those we trust can see these pictures. Finally, do not check in at the school on the first day or use hashtags for the public to browse.
Now, that's Brookline Police warning parents about child safety as families get ready for back to school. Now, police say parents following social media trends like posting pictures of their kids with a back to school sign should provide less personal information in order to protect them from predators and scammers. Police say details like your child's full name, the school they attend, their grade, and their age, all those things can be used to commit a crime. And speaking of back to school, federal officials are hoping to put an end to underage drinking. They've launched a new program called Operation Safe Campus, which is designed to increase awareness and target underage drinking on college campuses, as well as keeping alcohol out of the hands of underage students. The operation will kick off each year when students return to colleges throughout the Commonwealth. Students are back to class already in Waltham today, and high schoolers in the district will be the first to learn in the city's brand new high school. WBZ's Penny Commit shows us.
It's not only the start of a new school year, but the start of a new era at Waltham High School.
They're just really epic facilities that our students are going to benefit for generations to come.
That's Superintendent Marissa Mendonza. She and Waltham's new high school actually have a lot in common.
This is my first year, that's correct.
How are you feeling?
Incredible to be able to be opening this space today.
The new and improved Waltham High is 5 years in the making, thanks to a nearly $400 million loan, the largest in Mass State history for a public school. Right now, I'm sitting in the high school's brand new cosmetology lab, and in just a few weeks, the public can actually come in here and get a haircut from one of the students.
Every kid doesn't go to college. You know, I think we're in a world and a state that's accepting the fact that our kids do a lot of other jobs.
Vocational meets academic in the new Waltham High, with 18 career technical programs, including nursing, culinary, auto tech, and HVAC. Kids don't have to leave the school to get on-the-job training. There's something for everyone.
The demand for HVAC technicians right now is more sought after than ever. If they choose not to go to college, if they choose to go to college, this can help them either way.
This room is fully functional. Everything has connections to outside.
The 42-acre site also features a new gym, auditorium, classrooms, and collaborative spaces for students.
If you go up to the 4th floor, there's called the Waltham Room, and it's all windows, and you have a nice view of the city, Lexington Street.
Just another reminder to students at Waltham High that the world is their oyster. In Waltham, Penny Commit, WBZ News.
Now to Voters Decide 2024, Democratic Vice Presidential nominee Tim Walz is making another campaign stop here in the Boston area. Harris's running mate will speak to the International Association of Firefighters on Wednesday. Walz attended a campaign fundraiser in Back Bay 2 weeks ago. Meantime, former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris appear to be at odds over the rules for their upcoming September 10th debate. The two are set to go head-to-head in just about 2 weeks now. Both campaigns focusing on the muted microphones when the candidate is not speaking, a condition that Trump and Biden accepted for their June debate. Later this week, Harris heads to Georgia, while Trump will also campaign in Wisconsin and Pennsylvania. A federal judge has temporarily blocked a landmark effort by the Biden administration to offer 500,000 undocumented immigrants who were married to American citizens a path to U.S. citizenship. CBS News' Natalie Brand reports from Washington.
When President Biden announced his executive action in June, he called it a common sense fix for undocumented immigrants married to American citizens.
This action is a better way. It doesn't tear families apart while requiring every undocumented spouse to fulfill their obligations under the law.
But today, the program is on pause after a federal judge in Texas temporarily blocked it. It followed a lawsuit by 16 states with Republican attorneys general. President Biden's policy allowed unauthorized immigrants to apply for temporary work permits and have deportation protections if they're married to a U.S. citizen and have lived in this country for at least 10 years.
They are members of the community, contributing both economically and in the job market. So it's an unfortunate setback for them and for the administration.
Musafir Chishti is a senior fellow with the Migration Policy Institute. He describes the challenges those spouses had faced under congressional law.
They're supposed to leave the country and get their green card from traveling abroad. So that's obviously a huge inconvenience and separates families.
President Biden introduced the policy after a separate executive action he announced to limit asylum seekers at the southern border. That was met by major pushback from progressives.
In the absence of congressional action, the border remains a top election issue.
We will seal the border, stop the invasion, and launch the largest deportation effort in American history.
While this latest challenge plays out in the courts, the Department of Homeland Security confirmed Tuesday the agency will continue accepting applications for Biden's spousal policy, but it had stopped approving cases. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.